So the leucine content of a protein would be an important determinant of how much muscle protein synthesis were stimulated. I'm showing you this figure because it's an interesting figure to make my point about how potent leucine is. In this experiment, we fed young men whey protein, 6 grams or 25 grams, or 6 grams plus 5 grams of leucine. And what you can see, looking at the far right, is the dark blue and the white bars are stimulating muscle protein synthesis to the same level. That's a dose of 25 grams of protein and only 6 grams of protein, but with added leucine. Leucine is a potent trigger for muscle protein synthesis. This was a study done in 72-year-old men, just to show you that the effect is as potent in older people as it is in young. What the graph in the middle shows you here is that when you add leucine to a meal, whether people are consuming a low-protein diet or a moderate protein diet, is that you get a stimulation of protein synthesis over days now. You can see that adding resistance exercise, some weightlifting in here, stimulates protein synthesis. And yet adding leucine to that stimulates it even further. So we get an additive effect, and it works in older men. This next figure is in older women, again, about 74 years old, showing you that if you add leucine to the meals of these women, over a period of 1 week, they make more new muscle. Their rate of muscle protein synthesis goes up. If you add resistance exercise to this, you get an even greater effect. If you add leucine to that, you get an even greater effect. So we see the effect in young men and young women, older men and older women. It's very, very potent. So what proteins contain a lot of leucine? That would be an important question to answer. So we've got 3 doses of protein in this figure: a low dose, a medium dose, and a high dose. And you can see the trigger, the line that's across the graph, is only being met by the high dose of protein. Now, the interesting part, when you exercise, your muscle is sensitized to the effects of leucine. And this trigger comes down. And that's why we think that the two things add to each other. But if you are inactive, if you are older, if you are in a hospital bed, if you are sick, then the leucine trigger gets higher. And you either need to consume more protein or more leucine. This figure shows you what's called the leucine amino acid reference ratio. And it's a way of scoring proteins based on their leucine content. The orange and the red bar are from 2 whey protein isolates. The highest quality protein that we know of and present in a lot of Unicity products. The SPI A and B are soy protein. That's the yellow and the green bar. The blue bar is pea protein. The pink bar is white rice protein, and the gray bar is collagen. Simply said, this figure is showing you that the most abundant protein that we know of in terms of its leucine content is whey protein.